Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Wrong microphone. There we go. Mic should be better now. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer the sporting questions from the chat. I've just noticed that I look like I'm dressed from death and Family Guy, and somebody did die today. It was Barcelona's Champions League hopes, and we're hoping Arsenal's Champions League hopes also die. Today, tomorrow. Well, yeah, actually today, maybe tomorrow, depending on what time zone you are in. But Inter Milan defeat Barcelona in 7-goal game and go through to the Champions League final, people. What a match. What an absolute match. You know what I'm saying? My volume's here. Give me a second. The volume should be better now. Mic check 1 2 1 2. My mic really that bad? Is my mic playing up? 1 second. Why is my mic playing up? Yeah. This is my normal mic. I don't know what's going on. Wait, 1 second. Yeah, I might plug it. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. 1 second. Whoa. Yeah, guys, that better? Yeah. Is it better now? Let me know in the chat. I don't know why my microphone is playing up. What's it saying? I change the environment and my mic's still playing up. What's it saying? Is it better? All right. Blessings. Big up Steve in the cut as well. But yeah, people, let me do that intro again. Let me redo that. Yes, people, back live, Sarcasm City TV, YouTube, another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat. Inter Milan defeating Barcelona in a 7-goal game, 7-goal thriller, 4-3 in extra time. What a match. What an entertaining tie that these two sides put on. So Inter Milan go through to the final, where they will face the winner of the PSG versus Arsenal tie as well. So get your questions in on that. Speaking of PSG versus Arsenal, any questions on that? Feel free to get in, people. Maybe it's in regards to transfer news surrounding Manchester United, where there seems to be a lot going on with Bruno Fernandes linked with a move away, Al Hilal, Saudi Arabia. Seem to be very, very interested in signing Bruno Fernandes. So we'll be discussing that. But as always, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Run up the likes, people, on the video. Make sure you share this out across all the socials and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. So hit that like button expeditiously, people. When you enter the city of sarcasm, pay the tax. Hit the like button. Make sure you share this out again across all the socials. And that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well. J-Ball TV, big up for the super chat, says Dumfries set the standard for wingbacks. I appreciate the super chat. Much appreciated. I think Dumfries was great today, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he was.
I agree.
With the chat has a different view. I don't think he was bad, but I don't think he was exceptional.
He stood out when he needed to. He made plays when he needed to, like in individual moments, like the goal scoring ones. Same thing with Thuram. Thuram played a part in 3 out of the 4 goals. It won't say he got the assist, but like he was the one that passed it to Dumfries, who passed it to Acerbi for the equalizer. He was the one that passed it to, I think it was Taremi, and then Taremi passed it to Frat House Fratesi, who, by the way, the composure from Fratesi on that finish was what, like, he could have just shot that. A lot of players would have just shot that right away. It's an indictment on Barcelona defensively, but to have that composure, he was like, yo, I can take a few touches here, place it. He made it look like the easiest thing in the world. A lot of other players could have bottled that. So I think that was a very, very underrated thing. But like Thuram in the whole game wasn't brilliant, but and Dumfries as well. But he made plays when it mattered. He made plays to set up other plays, which resulted. And honestly, Rafinha was quiet the whole game. I mean, Bisek was a standout as well. Bastoni. Then Darmian got subbed on, was pretty good as well. But I get it with Dumfries. Why you guys thinking about Dumfries? I tend to agree, but I will say Dumfries has massively improved this year. Massively improved. He's crucial for their team
I do agree with that. I do agree with that.
As flawed as he is as a footballer, there's certain weaknesses. That's what it is. His strengths have strengthened. That's the best way to put it. And he is so important to that Inter team because he's pace and power.
Yeah. He adds some much needed athleticism to that. And you mentioned it there, like someone said it in the chat about Thuram that he's having the best worst game they've ever seen or something along those lines. And that's what it was. Because he did some great things. Like the hold up play not the hold up play. Yeah, the hold up play and his involvement in the fourth goal, for example. But then he made some terrible moves in regards to points where he shouldn't be offside. Points where he's overhit passes or not.
The Barca offside trap, it failed in certain, but like overall, just in totality, like they caught Inter offside 8 times. It was just Inter were just super fucking clinical when they weren't offside. That's what it was. So it did its job to a point. But yeah, you're right.
But this is what I do believe, though. Hansi Flick has to take some accountability on that because
talk about
reality is that in the first leg, warning signs were literally there that even though Inter you caught them offside a couple of times, there were opportunities where Inter was getting through, they just couldn't finish it in the first leg. There was the goal that literally happened, but because his toe was offside, the goal didn't stand. So for me, and then even for the second leg today or yesterday for us in the UK or anywhere else, depending. But how many times were the opportunities where you felt like in the first half that Inter could have scored any time when Inter goes forward? That's a problem. And for me, it's like we criticize other managers, for example, the highlight, they're making jokes about it and everything like that. But Hansi Flick, you have to take accountability on the fact that you didn't necessarily adjust. And one thing I'm always going to be is be consistent. Unlike Lakers fans, I'm going to be consistent about when it comes to criticism.
Yeah,
I'm going to be consistent about it. That is wrong from Hansi Flick. I understand. I always say believe that I think Flick has definitely shown a lot of his coaching has come down to this Barca team compared to with Xavi. So he definitely has brought improvements, but that one key thing right there with the high line, this was an issue with Germany what I despised about him. I despised about it. And ironically, it cost him a knockout football again. Ironically. So for me, I look at the coach, obviously. Some people saying how the goal, the Serbia goal shouldn't have counted because Gerard Martin was fouled. My opinion, you can say it's a foul for me, but in my opinion, it was a foul. But in the same time, I can make the argument. Why am I saying Barcelona when they win the ball back, the team is going forward? When in reality, you're like 2 minutes away. Like ironically, we criticize ironic a lot of times when they sit here and say be a bit more conservative with your game plan once you actually have a lead. And it's not like Barcelona has a lack of quality. Unlike us, Barcelona has a bunch of quality in the team. So for me, it's like you want to do that, ironically cost you. And this was an issue with Germany as well. So now they have to look at themselves, to be honest. Like I think players have to kind of look at themselves where they could have done better. But even then, I thought Inter defended well, and you saw what it even took for the goals that Barca has scored. And I said that in the first leg, everybody was placing the fuck out of Barca in the first leg, and I was sitting here. I was one of the very few people saying I was one of the very few people who sat here saying last week Inter had put in a masterclass, and a lot of people don't see it. The way Barcelona was dominating them, the way Barcelona was constant pressure. If they lose the ball, they press you immediately, and Inter has to kick long, and then Barca recycles the possession and they go again for a whole 90 minutes. And the fact that game ends on a 3-3 and I said last week, go and look at those Inter goals and look at the Barca goals and tell me which goals are more repetitive. Easily, Inter's goals are more repetitive. And I look at today again. I look at the Inter goals and say again more repetitive than the Barca. It took Barca.
The easiest goals to
replicate. And for Barca, quality again. But this is where I say as a coach, it's not necessarily matching from your own players is very important. But when you get in against teams like an Inter, and you're telling me that your team cannot create clear-cut chances, I'm sorry. I'm looking also at the coach. I have to. Yeah. That's some of that save that Stan Summer made on Yamal. That was Yamal, right? That was Yamal.
What a save!
That's an
It
incredible
was a great save. It was a great save, amazing save. But all that came from Yamal himself. That didn't come because from what
You
Flick
saying he
was
didn't
trying to
carve them
throw up.
apart type of thing. I get what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it's not thrown up from the thing. That's Yamal doing what he can do. That Rafinha goal, that's his quality right there. The Gerard Martin putting in the crossing for Eric Garcia. That's not blunt. It's not blunt. These
Yeah.
And
are
then the
not
Olmo header as well.
on the Olmo header as well. All their goals. Like the first leg, I don't look at the goals and say they repeat those same goals in another game if they will play another game in a game field and shit. So for me, to be honest, I had Barca winning today. And of course, I do believe in the quality all the time when it comes to going forward. But at the same time, I'm not really shocked that Inter won. I'm not really I'm not sitting here surprised that Inter won. Like maybe people that don't watch a lot of football outside from their own team, maybe they were surprised. I'm not really surprised that Inter won.
Not at all.
Me personally.
You know this, Jez and Floss. I've said since the start of this season, I think Inter win the title because I just think if you need them to do something, they'll do it. Their attack is not as good as Barcelona's. I know you two don't rate Thuram and Lautaro, but they produce. They're Dumfries or whoever.
They just want how to do.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was
go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. Inter can do whatever they need to do. If they need to defend, they can defend. If they need to score, they can score. And they can do it, and they can outscore Barcelona. They can outscore Barcelona. If they needed, if this was a more conservative semifinal, if they were playing against an Arsenal, I trust them to defensively get the 1-0 and the 1-0 or the draw. Like they've shown throughout the whole tournament, we can score goals at will, but we can also defend. They weren't able to defend over the two legs. Again, that's a lot of Barcelona brilliance because that's what the main strength of the team is. But Inter showed and got their goalkeeper in there as well. He can make crazy saves that keep them in the game. So ultimately, that's just what it is. Inter can do whatever you need them to do by hook or by crook. That's what you need in these Champions Leagues. That's what you need. You need to show that, if we need to win a shootout, we can do that. If we need to grind out a 2-1, win over two legs, we can do that against different teams, different play styles. So yeah, I'm not surprised. That Barcelona defense, I didn't trust it watching Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo went to their place a few weeks ago, scored 3.
Decent. Yeah, that was last leg. That was a last minute as well, by the way.
And again, it was so at the end of the day, again, defense, man. And Inter, I don't know if their final is going to be as entertaining, and it might depend on who they play.
I hope so.
Yeah, do I trust them to get the job done against Paris Saint-Germain or Arsenal? Yes, ultimately.
Me too.
I hope so. I hope it's entertaining. Big up Lex, big up Kaneki in the cut as well. You man, bless you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. First, I just want to hold that, Omar. Yeah, hold that. Yeah.
Yo, but by the way, before you go, Peter, that's why you should follow the playbook because you missed probably one of the best watch
the watch along was crazy, but Omar's crash out whilst Barcelona were 2
hold that. I was at work, bro. Bro. I just finished rewatching the game.
So he joined and he was 2-0 down and he was crashing out talking about, the tie's over. What are we going to do? Yamal's been pocketed the whole game. How are we going to score? And mid-rant during he's saying this, they scored the first goal. They scored and made it 2-1. Shout out to him. CP, I send it over to you. Steve, can you send CP the link for me, please?
Yeah, man.
But yeah, Kaneki, we'll go to you on it, man. Thoughts on that game? I know you said.
Yeah, I said it when
chat to us.
When you asked the time when we were like, what do you think the final would be? And we were like, El Clasico final. I told you Inter Milan, Real Madrid. I got Real Madrid wrong, but I got Inter Milan right. Wait, what did we say, Jez? Wasn't it me and you that picked Inter Milan during that stream?
I did as well.
And Steve.
Inter.
All of us had Inter Milan. So yeah, you know, Inter Milan. Listen, I've always said it before, and I'll never stop saying it. Yeah. As a neutral, this is game of the year, really, for me. This is game of the. This game deserves an award for what it was. But if I was a Barca or Inter fan, bro, I don't think I'd have a TV today. I don't think I'd have a TV right now if I was bro.
The stress levels would be crazy, yo.
Bro, I have asthma. I don't think I'd make it through 120 minutes if I was in that stadium with asthma. I don't think I would.
You didn't make it through the Arsenal game.
Which the Arsenal game.
Having a smoke through for time, you know.
Brother, listen to me. Yeah, worry about your keeper in a penalty shootout, bro. Yeah, stop talking to me, bro.
Wait, say who?
Stop talking to me, bro. Yeah.
Which keeper that now? Onana?
Yeah, Onana won his last penalty shootout when Alisson won his last penalty shootout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tapping eyes, man.
Spooky.
Yeah, tapping eyes up there, bro.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, but this game was complete entertaining. One, Garcia forget beaten. You score that header and miss that tapping. You kick it. You kicked it so straight at the keeper that if the keeper was out the goal, you'd have still missed.
Oh, you're talking about the 3-on-1.
Yes, you don't score that banger and miss a tapping. I am sorry. You don't score a banger and miss a tapping. You don't do that.
The Nunes syndrome, innit?
You have a point. You have a point. But this game right here, though, has to go up there, bro. This was football today. I can't wait to watch what type of terrorism, some man that are about to finish 4th in the league are gonna try and pull.
You mean fifth, dog? You mean fifth, innit?
You're probably right.
Damn. What are you saying, Lex, for thoughts on the game and in the Milan game through to the final?
Watch it, you know, I just did a watch and so watch along, bro, because I did there. You see me? But based on that, it sounded like it was a mad game.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like crazy quality, excitement, back and forth. I'm actually I play the highlights right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, as me did say, me know say Inter Daga go through.
Oh yeah, you had Inter to go through as well. Yeah, Lex was on that stream as well.
Yeah.
All 4 of us here had Inter going through.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. We did have Inter go through because of the frailties of Barcelona's defense. And Inter's ability to play well in multiple facets of the game. Them can defend, midfield is good, attack is good, keeper decent. You know, all of them. They're more well-rounded, but Barcelona's quality is just exceptional, innit? And my thing is this. From an attacking perspective, I can't look at the manager because Hansi Flick has clearly set up the team where the players who have the attributes to play can actually produce their quality in it. So sometimes you get teams, and because the players are shit, you have to create a system and set them up in a system because otherwise they won't score.
Yeah.
But you have Yamal, Rafinha, and this man, and then I'm guessing, in my opinion, Hansi Flick has looked at their qualities and said, all right, boom, this is how Mega set up the attack, and it works. From an attacking perspective, the midfield is pretty decent.
Yeah, I don't need to coach. What do you think? Like, I don't need to coach these guys. Just give them the ball in the attack and leave them alone.
For coach, because not just that. It's like maybe a lot of managers need to do that if they have quality players, anyways, isn't it? Because when you have players like Yamal and them, man, what you going to say? Oh, be here, be there, be where, be what, brother? Be right.
Yeah. Just let him play.
You know what I mean? Like, when you're in this zone, cut it back, blah, blah. No, that is Garnacho type shit. You have to tell them, man, they what to do. You have to tell
And-
certain players,
and they
for the
don't even do
certain
that.
players, you just set up the attack, set up the team in a way to support the attack, and then you'll be fine in it.
Mm.
So that's just one of them things, bro.
No,
And
yeah,
a shout
go
out
on.
to what is that fourth goal. I want you to know that out of all four of Inter Milan's goal, Thuram has been a part of almost every. That
That's what
fourth goal don't happen if it's not Thuram.
Yes.
Yeah, that fourth goal does not happen with
Mhm.
any other striker in world football if not for Marcus Thuram.
Yeah.
That fourth goal was 1000% him. That hold up play.
Yeah.
Pin the centre back, dragged another centre back with the centre back that he pinned, turned them both, and played that pass. No other striker in world football does that. Thuram today, listen to me. I'm hearing people talk about, Lautaro Martinez is the Lionel Messi of Lacazette. Okay? That is what he is. Yeah? Lautaro Martinez is the Lionel Messi of Lacazette. That bro scored a goal. That man did nothing. Nothing. I don't care. He scored a tap-in and that penalty that he bought. I'm gonna be honest, it's not a pen. I don't know what anyone else has to say.
Okay.
It's not a penalty.
Okay.
You don't think the pen that was given was a pen?
No. Lautaro Martinez knew what he was doing there.
Yeah, hey, connect you. Knowing what the striker knowing what I'm doing don't mean it's not a pen in it. You do know that, right?
What I'm talking about is this. You see, if it was if he got it on his first touch and was about to shoot, and the defender made the tackle, penalty. He messed up that whole chance and stretched. Look what he did. He was losing out. He literally went into the defender and then went to ground.
He knew what he was doing. It was a pen because at first when
crazy still.
Yeah, when I've initially seen it, I'm like, because of the direction the ball's gone, I've gone, okay, clean challenge. I'm like, there's no way. And even on the first couple replays, it looked like a clean challenge. But when they showed it from the angle from the goal line, the goal side, I'm like, yeah,
it's the same thing. Bastoni did it to Yamal and it wasn't a pen. Bastoni did that same thing to Yamal and it wasn't a pen. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay.
I can't remember which one it was. I don't remember that challenge.
No, early on,
it was literally like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
3 minutes before that.
He did, but it was but it was outside. It was outside the box. You talking about the one that was given outside the box?
I'm talking about inside the box. Bastoni had a.
That was the Mkhitaryan lunge.
That was it. And that's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, Lautaro Martinez today. After his goal, he might as well have just not have been on the pitch. This game today was just literally 1000% Thuram. And listen to the joke, because this is something that I have to say. Remember, Liverpool wants this guy. I don't want him at Liverpool. Marcus Thuram. Marcus Thuram. I don't want him there.
I agree.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I don't want him there.
Oh, stop the lies, innit?
Why have you ever seen me come on here and say that transfer rumor that's a lie?
No.
We don't want Thuram. We don't want Thuram, man. Something.
It's a rumor.
You're looking at three. I'll say rumors. I'm not lying. The strikers that they're looking at, you have Isak, Thuram, and what are the other two? And I'm not going to even say what was the other two again, because I know they're after 4, but I know that Isak and Thuram are the two that are there.
I've heard them being linked to Isak. I haven't heard them being linked to Thuram.
We have the best defensive striker in the world.
It's rumors, bro. It's rumors at the end of the day. It's from Marca, the news outlet from Barcelona.
You know who we need to get?
Go on.
Declan Rice.
That's what you're missing, man. 100%, 100 million.
Yeah, man. But this game, I have to bring it up as well. Somebody today that no one is going to give praise. Barella has consistently been one of the best midfielders in the world, and no one talks about it. I'm just gonna say that right now. Barella has hand down been the best midfielder in the world, and no one talks about it. Yeah, because he don't got PR. Because he don't got PR like some like some fake midfielder out here that scores tapping and T poses. Yeah, the freaking Lionel Messi of Scott
Yeah,
McTominay's.
I
Yeah,
think you're
because
correct.
Barella ain't the Lionel Messi of Scott McTominay's. No one talks about him.
Because you
He has
mentioned it
been.
there about the PR as well. That's because he is in Serie A as well, and it's like it's not a league that is
I can't.
driven like a PR.
You could have
Driven like
never have said this early on in the 2000s when
yeah,
when
we
the
know that.
Serie A was the league,
Of course,
bro.
yeah, it was the league, but obviously things go in cycles. And I'm not saying
Yeah,
Barella's
but
not quality because when I watch him, he does, but it's because of he plays in Serie A. I think even if he
Bastoni,
was in La Liga, he would get more.
he would get more plaudits. Bastoni was
It's just
tidy
wiser.
today. Listen, DeMarco, that brother was just a loose. At one point, I swore he was going to get himself sent off for how Yamal was treating him, bro. I swear down he was going to get. Yeah, straight swear he was. First of all, also drug test Dumfries.
Yeah.
All right, drug test Dumfries. I don't give a drug test that nigga. Okay, drug test him.
Oh.
Drug test him, bro. You do not have that type of disaster class against Roma and then put in 2 man of the match performance against Barcelona. You don't do that, bro.
Rafinha get a FIFA bounce back, dog. Chano.
All that brother, the 13 goal in the Champions League. Yeah.
Are you talking about when the rebound you're talking about?
Yeah, the goal.
Yeah,
Rafinha goal.
I thought his first shot he should have done better with, but I thought
drug test Dumfries. If there's anything I need to end on is that just drug test Dumfries. Cool. Chesney, I told everybody when I'm saying it, Inter Milan saw Chesney in goal and didn't even look at the badge. They're like, is this dude from Juventus? He's shit. And just kept shooting at him. I want you to know that this brother had ruined our over 7 good goals. There was one where Inter completely unlocked Barcelona's high line. Yeah. And Thuram was running straight through and Chesney slide tackled and won the ball. I'm like, bro, go away.
But he did well getting off his line actually.
He stopped straight up 6 clear chances just doing that. But this was a very good game.
When you play that high line that they have, that's gonna happen. He did very, very well getting off his line. But CP, let me go to you. You there?
Hold on. Who Chesney used to play for again?
Arsenal.
Juventus and Arsenal.
Juventus before. And Roma. Where Alisson, remember he used to be starting before Alisson took over.
But yeah, CB, thoughts on the game, man. Talk to us.
First of all, fuck Barcelona. So I'm so happy that stupid shit ass UEFA Lona club. Yeah, those bastards buying the refs again during halftime.
You hate Madrid CP?
Long may that Messi curse live.
I'm a Chelsea fan, dude. Barcelona can get liquidated for 2009.
So you don't hate Real Madrid.
No. We don't have anything like what Madrid as you guys do, right? Our version of Madrid is Barca because of 2009, right?
It's
Christ. Yeah, 09. You even born 09 CP? You're old enough?
Yeah, no, I'm 96. That's why I saw last of R9. So that's why I like Inter Milan from my Italian side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, Carol.
Anyways, sorry, with regards to that, I've been saying this, Prime knows this. Inzaghi is pound for pound the best manager in the world. Pound for pound. You know what his most expensive signing? Inzaghi.
Yeah?
Inzaghi. Yeah.
Really? All right.
I can say that.
He is a big fan of him. He has been champion for a long time.
3 years, yeah. And this man's won in his past 4 years. He's won 2 leagues, been in 2 Champions League, and he still has a chance to win the league this season. No, one is it? The chance for 2 leagues. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he did. Yeah, sorry. And his most expensive signing the past 3 years has been a 32 million euro Pavard.
CP,
everyone else has almost been on a free.
Back end of last season. Remember, we were saying that, Inzaghi is like the dream manager that we won't get.
The dream, dude.
Go get Hammer.
That's ridiculous. This guy's ridiculous, dude. Aside from that, I am so happy. I am seeing one more generation of a proper Italian center back. I am so glad Bastoni exists in this world, man. We got one left. Cherish him, please, because there's no other great Italian center.
You don't rate cauliflower?
I fucking hate you. Anyways, I hate you. I never. I'm not art. I hate whatever. Anyways, fuck. Anyways, yeah, I wasn't crying like Ahmed when we missed out on Calafiori. Anyways, I'm so glad we got one last Italian center back because the second half of extra time we saw proper defending once again. They locked that shit down. We saw proper old school Italian defending. Barella, Kaneki has spoken about. This man was one of the key players with Jorginho for the 2020 Euros, and they still underrate him. They still treat him like he's shit. Still treat him like he's trash.
I don't even think it's that CP. I just don't think he gets the
No. I think they treat him like he's trash because they never talk about him in terms of being world class or anything.
No, it's not that he's trash. It's just that people just.
Bro, they put Gavi over him. Don't do this.
Yeah, but I don't hear anyone say that he's shit. It's just that people don't think of him.
But I'm saying they treat him like he's trash because, like Kaneki said, they're putting Gavi over him.
Oh,
and all that.
But Gavi gets the La Masia tax when he plays for Barca. You know Barella, by the way. Barella, by the way, the one season Sarri had with us in January, he wanted to buy him.
Yeah, I know Prime. I know.
But apparently, we were trying to not block the pathway for Mason Mount. So.
No way. That was an actual quote. No, that's true. That's actually true. I'm not even joking. That's
the same way that Sarri wanted a right back to come in January.
I like to brush it aside. That's what I don't want to talk about.
But we didn't go for one because we wanted to bring back.
The thing is, but the whole thing was not. But I don't think that's fair because what Barella is now isn't what he was back then, though.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't think because I've been following his career for longer. So he wasn't. I think he was always gonna be great, and obviously, I think we did during the summer last year when we did I think somebody asked the world class positions, and I picked Barella as one of my world class players for the midfield position, and I think for the 8 I said, and I think the biggest issue is because people don't call you. The reason why he doesn't get called enough these type of phrases is because Inter Milan usually are he came under contract, and you saw what happened under contract whenever they are in Europe. And we all know that people don't watch enough football outside maybe their own clubs. So people are not going to go to the Serie A and watch Inter Milan play football on a weekend basis and see what he can do. And then under contract, they would be getting bounced out in the group stages or earlier for knockout rounds. But now in the last three years or so, you have Inzaghi who's doing what he's doing in Europe with Inter Milan. He's getting later stages of competition, and since then I have seen the kind of change of opinion. Even though I still agree, he's weirdly underrated because he just doesn't get the limelight. He just doesn't get the limelight. Like same thing with Bastoni. I think Bastoni doesn't get nowhere near enough the credit that he should be getting. But again, I think when the masses don't see you on a consistent basis in these type of competition in the later stages, people don't really care about it. And I think
when you say he's one of the best center backs in the world, people laugh. Premier League fans laugh.
I'm sorry. There's for me personally, it's you could say Van Dijk is number 1 still. Bastoni is second, and then Saliba is a way down third, like a distant third. And I've had this opinion for a while.
Who's number 1? Who's number 1?
I said you can say Van Dijk is first for now. I know you want the props. I could say we know.
Saliba third in what?
But we can definitely say for right wingers it's definitely not Salah though. It's Jamal because 17-year-old is going for
CP Saliba is fourth in what? What is Saliba third in?
Saliba fan.
No, I'm saying if you want
to Salibaba on the 14.
I'm not even better than Cognate, blood.
No. I know. I'm not talking about for me. I think I've been saying for 2 years that Gabriel's better than everyone glazes in Arsenal. I don't rate him. He's too worried about looking at other people touch themselves than actually defend. If you know, you know. So hey, it's gonna be facts. And I know Kaneki and Lex are going to appreciate this. Barella is a proper number 8. That man who scored 2 free kicks and gets hyped up for being world class is the biggest bullshit I've seen in my life. This man comes in.
Can we not have another Declan Rice debate, guys? Come on.
What are you talking about?
I will.
Please,
I will do this.
Okay, fine, whatever.
I will do it.
Nah, you don't kick him. It's Irish. It's Irish bias, so I understand.
Yeah, it's his Irish. I get it.
All right, cool. You know what? Fine. I won't say anything. Cool.
Yeah, because
he's
Irish.
Prime's Irish.
He's a Chelsea fan. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
well, I don't look Irish enough to you.
Hey, brother, what the fuck? What kind of
I don't look Irish.
No,
You
I
don't look Irish. No,
Irish.
No.
Yeah,
what
man,
do I
you
look like?
Irish.
What do I
you
look like?
Oh, well.
What do I look like?
Of course,
what do I look like?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What do I look like? What do I look like? Speak.
You look like a bottle job Nigerian. There you go. Hold that. Yeah,
what do I look like? What do I look like?
An absolute fraud.
What do I look like?
That's a whole different conversation.
Prime,
go into you, Prime. Thoughts on the game, man. Thoughts on the time.
Steve more Irish than this fucking guy.
No, it's Steve.
I
look what Steve.
I didn't watch the game. I was busy doing stuff.
It's okay. It's okay.
Looks like I missed the game of the season.
Did you watch the first leg, Prime?
What? I watched the first leg. Yeah.
Okay. So even though you didn't watch the game, so thoughts on Inter Milan going through. Thoughts was about that, and their chances in the final.
I pretty much agree with what CP said. Inzaghi is the best, or at least top 3 minimum in Europe. Quality manager. I rate Bastoni. DeMarco, from the way people were speaking about him from these 2 legs, it seems like he was getting exposed by not tracking back with EML and stuff.
That's a kind way of saying getting ripped a new one.
You know what?
Hey, brother, Yamal expose anybody for a minute.
You know what?
I know. True. He does.
No, make him speak. You have to make him finish first.
Yeah, this guy, yo. Just finish your food, man. Go on, Prime. Carry on, man. Just finish your food, you joke, man. Go on. Idiot, yo. This guy, idiot.
Now you know what? Let's speak. Liverpool have won their second Premier League title.
No.
Let you speak.
You ain't doing this. Let me go to the chat. All right, before you man continue, we ain't going there. Yo, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Members, get your questions in. If you're a member of the channel, I will start your question and I'll get to
You're
it.
fraud.
So don't worry about
Actually,
that.
no. I do want to say this, right?
Go on.
Kind of segueing to the other games, other game that's going to happen, the Paris Saint-Germain Arsenal game. I don't like the way Arsenal fans keep talking about this being a remontada. You're 1-0 down, but it's not like it's impossible for you guys to make a comeback. This is not a remontada. It's not going to be one of the great comebacks of you guys.
Bro, can their fan base even spell remontada?
Hey, brother, first things first, we don't talk positively about Arsenal around here. So I don't know where you think you are.
I was positive.
So you say it's just 1-0. No, they cannot.
Even
though it could be.
Like now you know what I have to deal with the Chelsea fan base with this guy, man. Sometimes I don't even know what he is, man.
Nah, I get what he's saying in regards to he's saying, let's say Arsenal do come back, which is highly unlikely. It's not a remontada where Arsenal fans are trying to.
It's not a remontada. It's just 1-0. It's not a remontada.
They're not 3-4-0 down. Whereas if
or even 2-0 down, like Barcelona.
Yeah, that's my point. It's just 1-0. It's not a remontada.
What's the definition of the word remontada?
Wait. I actually have a question. Sorry, Prime. Real quick question: was it a remontada what Inter did when they scored last minute and then again, like what they did today? 3-2 down, goal at the death, and then they won it in extra time 4-3. Is that a remontada or no?
It's a comeback, sure.
The meaning of the word remontada is comeback.
It is comeback. But we know when we say that, even though that is correct, when we say that within football, we know what that means.
Yeah.
Like we know that added impetus when we say it. There's a reason when even though it's the same meaning, when you say comeback or you say remontada, we know what that is.
Yeah,
you can't be 1-0 down.
Remontada
is there's emphasis, man. It's you know what it is.
Yeah, like
it's comeback with pizzazz, as you would say, Steve. That's what it is.
Yeah.
See,
this just being 1-0 down doesn't like. I'll be real. It's Arsenal fans are trying to sell it.
Arsenal are acting like they've scored a goal in the last 6 semi-finals.
I'll be real. This is something I say about Arsenal.
They got Thomas Partey now. Everything's going to turn around. That's what I'm hearing from fans. They got Thomas Partey now. They got Superman.
Partey's not making a difference. But this is something that I say with them.
The Ghanaian version of Michael Ballack in his prime, man.
The Canadian version of Michael Ballack. What?
Yeah, the way they're making,
I don't care about TPD being back, bro. I don't care about TPD being back. What is he going to do?
You know what? I know the audience. We can't have a normal conversation with Arsenal.
We can have
we don't. We don't.
We can't have a normal conversation about it. I'm all for it.
Let's
You are right.
No. I'm not talking about you, Flawless. I'm talking about these two.
Oh yeah, you know your audience. You know who you're talking
That's
to.
what I'm saying. I know the audience. It's fine. Never mind.
What you're trying to speak kindly on the freaking.
I can't be somewhat positive about Declan Rice, and I can't be.
No.
You're
nice, man.
Chelsea fan. What the fuck is this?
See what I'm saying, Lex? This is what I have to deal with, man. This is what I have to deal with.
What is being a Chelsea fan having to do with being honest?
What does being a Chelsea fan have to do?
you.
Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy.
This is what I have to deal with, Lex. This is what I have to deal with, man. This is what I have to deal with.
Yeah.
We don't be honest with Arsenal. Them dog water. Don't this though.
Prime, you're right in regards to like them trying to hype it. Like if they do, obviously, if they come back and win the tie, it would be a great achievement. But let's not act like you're 3-0 down. That's the way.
I mean, it'll be. I'm not going to say it's going to be great. I say it'll be a good achievement.
No, I think it'd be a great comeback because I think people have given them a slim to none chance out there.
Yeah, man.
But if you're an Arsenal fan and you believe your team is as good as you say that it is, it's not a great achievement being 1-0 down.
They don't believe.
We know they don't.
We know they don't.
Outside of it, there is a few. Let's be correct. Like a gal, as crazy as his takes are, he believes everything he says.
Exactly. And for people like Igal and Tony who believe that they're great. Being 1-0 down to this PSG and then winning.
Listen, no, we're not going. First of all, we're not going to do this Tony thing because Tony is an absolute fraud. He does not believe that shit. Tony
no.
Tony does not believe that.
Lex. Hold on.
Oh my God.
No one here has known Tony for as long as I've known him. He believes how great Arsenal are, but because he's now in this space and Arsenal don't have the evidence to back up what he truly believes.
Exactly.
He can't say anything. Like I was on it, for example, I was on a shoot with him in like January or I think it was the 1st of January or New Year's Eve. When Steve was there too. Remember when we were talking about Arsenal and Liverpool? And he kept talking about downplaying Liverpool, saying Liverpool will collapse.
And I told him, bro, the league's done.
He couldn't say Arsenal will capitalize because he had nothing to back it up. He kept saying, well, let's wait until the end of the window.
Remember that.
He wanted signings for him to back up Arsenal capitalizing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, bro. Being in this space, he can't be delusional. But if he was with Igal and them, man, like no one here is gonna question him being.
He can't be delusional here because we got clips. He can't be delusional here because we're always in the chat.
Well, I have clips, but that's my point. Like over there, he can say the stars are aligning and no one's questioning it. But over here, it's different.
No, yeah, man, because like these actual pillocks talking about we can make a remontada, fam. You guys need to find a way how to equal the same amount, how to pass freaking Partizan Belgrade and Champions League finals, bro. That's what you guys need to do. You need to find a way to not be on the same amount of finals as Partizan Belgrade. When you chat too much. All of us will know the greatest. What greatest? What greatest? When fam, them, you know how much that fan base just sit me fucking stomach and them chat like they do shit. Brother, them chat like them do shit and they don't. I'm going to go to this Arsenal fan because a lot of them ex-players and them man come out and a chat shit and it a piss me off. Arsene Wenger, brother, you retire. Shut up. All right? Shut up, Arsene Wenger. I don't need to hear nothing from you. All right? I need nothing from you. Don't need to hear nothing from you. All right? Because I can tell you this right now. Schlutt will literally win more league titles than you in the next 7 years. I guarantee you that, bro. Shut up. Shut up, Wenger, bro.
You know what's funny?
What?
Sorry for cutting, Kineki.
No.
Come on, no way I say important, yeah? But actually, this thing about Prime being Irish actually get to me.
He is actually
because no, I'm gonna tell you because me just think him did have a fucked up accent like Jez, where I'm from like 9 different places, so him just sound sound different in it.
Cool. No, I am.
Wait, Jez is what?
I thought Jez was Dutch. I thought
but him have a Dutch with a British with a African type of accent.
No. So Jez is Ghanaian, but he grew up in Germany and he lives in
Germany. Yeah.
So that's why he's all fucked up.
Okay. But you just 100% Irish.
No, I'm Nigerian. I was born in Nigeria. My family is Nigerian. I grew up in Ireland.
Oh, my thing. Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my thing. But Arsene Wenger coming out. If you win the Europa League.
Why, Lex? Could you not tell?
Hey, brother.
You're not going to do this. Yo. You're not going to do this. Yeah? Arsene Wenger, Arsene Wenger coming out. Oh, if you win the Europa League, you're supposed to get back in the Europa League. You can't win the Europa League and get to the Champions League. Arsene Wenger, you tried to win the Europa League 5 times and fail.
Yeah, bottle job.
Is that
rubbish?
Is that my fault? Is it our fault that you lost to freaking 57-year-old Valbuena? Is that our fault that you failed to win a Europa League filled with scrubs? Yeah, we're not the reason.
You always bring up
Hold on. First things first, you have to be careful because if Tottenham end up in the final against
Sam,
United, they're probably gonna lose.
No, I don't care. This is pain for Arsenal anyway. This is pain for Arsenal anyway.
Against Tottenham, it's a win. Then beaten her 3 times this season already, you know that.
Hey, you know why? Because Arsenal fans would be more pissed.
It's pain for Arsenal, Lex. I don't care.
Oh, you mean it's a win for if Tottenham win?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't care.
I don't buy a Tottenham shirt.
When Arsenal was in the Europa League for 7 years, I never heard no. Yeah? When Arsenal were in the Europa League for 7
Prime
years,
would want that though. Prime would want
7 years after getting fist up 10-2. What? Oh no, this Spurs thing they're talking about. Yeah. Like when Arsenal. Yeah, when Arsenal were in the Europa League for 7 years because you man got fist up 10-2 by Bayern Munich. I never heard Arsene Wenger talking about if you win the Europa League, you're supposed to stay in the Europa League. All of a sudden, because of Man United and Spurs, you shouldn't get champion. But yo, shut up, bro. We're not the reason you got Fortnite danced on by Griezmann. Yeah, we're not that reason, bro. All right, Arsene Wenger, you man went into the Europa League and no one had you as favorites to win it. How do you feel? The second tier of European competition and no one had you guys to win it. Are you that bad? Coming out of here, Man United are trash and we've still won more trophies than you, bro. Yeah, we've still won more trophies than you. Newcastle has won a trophy before Arteta, bro. Vincent Kompany won a league title before you. Yeah? Shut up, man. Shut up. Why are you out here talking, Wenger? Don't you have a croissant to eat, bro? Yeah? Don't you have some escargot or something? Go climb the Eiffel Tower, bro. Why are you talking speaking on something you've never won? Why are you talking about it?
He doesn't agree. It's crazy.
Huh? You were in the Europa League for 4 years. You failed to win it. Bro, you went to 1 quarterfinals. Every other time you got knocked out in a round of 16 by a bunch of nobodies.
And get the banner for croissant, bro.
These Arsenal man, them you need to shut up now. Stop this, brother. Stop talking about something that you've never done. Yeah? It literally took you 4 phases, $400 million and a dog to do what Man United did in poor form. Yeah? A declining Man United finished second twice. It took you 4 phases, $400 million and a dog to finish second twice because you're not
$100 million
yeah? And $100 million on the Lionel Messi of Harry Maguire's. I don't need to hear Arsene Wenger.
No, I was going to say, don't forget, Spurs are going to be more successful in Europe in the past 10 years than Arsenal.
You know,
they've gone to a Champions League final and they're going to a Europa League final.
In an existence, bro. Spurs has more European titles than Arsenal.
Yep.
In their entire existence. Okay.
No, even in the past 10 years, they've done way more than their entire existence. They've gone to 1 Champions League final. They're going to go to Europa that they could win.
Bro, Arsenal has been to the same amount of UCL finals as Partizan Belgrade. But these man of the golf have a song that say we are by far the greatest team. By far the greatest what?
Who said that?
No, that's an Arsenal song. We are by far the greatest team in the world. Brother, and then they have the golf to try and put their players' names when you come out the greatest. Brother, you don't have the greatest nothing. You don't have the greatest nothing. When I talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, you want to know what you think of? Champions League.
Just Henry and them Monday.
Yeah, when I talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, you think of Champions League. talk about Van Basten, you think of Champions League. When we talk about Thierry Henry, what do you think of?
EPL.
What do you think of?
I think of a handball against Ireland. But
exactly. Freaking.
I also think of not playing in finals. I also think of that.
Freaking Johnny Evans has more league titles than Thierry Henry, bro. Top on the nice.
Hey, shout out
Top
Johnny
on the
Evans,
nice.
Man's got 2 champs. So he's got 2.
Top on the nice, bro. Fam. If the Fox is a bunch of Arsenal people, come on. I don't need to listen to a bungalow for the greatest moment of team life was scoring against Man United.
When you compare Rice to Jones, that's an insult because Jones has a league title, bro.
You're right, and a European title. No, and him have
I think he has a. Doesn't he have Europa?
Yeah, he does.
Did he play?
Yes, he does. He did play.
Are you sure?
He did play.
Yeah.
Phil Jones played.
That
it was Phil Jones and Rojo. Phil Jones and Rojo, bro.
Rojo was injured.
No, I'm talking in the beginning. In the beginning start. In the beginning of the Europa League, he played.
Yeah, he has Europa. So he has a EPL. He has Europa. He has a FA Cup, and he has a Carabao Cup.
Is it 2 FA Cups or 1?
Just 1.
One. I'm looking at his profile.
Okay.
One.
I don't want to hear this. The fact that it's a bunch of Arsenal players come out, like Arsene Wenger, didn't you say that the Champions League should only have champions in it? Okay, so that means your club should have never been in the Champions League the last 20 years.
Fuck. I haven't really played games. But yo, before you carry on, Kideki, Steve, go on. What you go ask? And you lot in the chat, continue to run up the likes, members, and star in your question. I get to before we close out. Go on, Steve.
Do you guys make Inter the favorites for the final, regardless who advances?
Yes, I said that before.
Yes.
Yes.
I've said Inter is going to win it since October. So
yeah, I said the winner of this tie, the winner of that tie, I thought was I've looked at that as the final before the final. Even though I thought Barcelona through, I think those 2 sides are better than the other 2 sides. However, PSG have vastly gone up in my estimation over this past couple of legs.
Yeah, I told you before, the only way
that performance against Arsenal, I go, oh shit, yeah, you are serious.
Why have PSG gone up in your estimations if it's just Arsenal?
Because I didn't expect them to beat Arsenal.
Never. It's not even that. It's not even that. I never expected to see PSG in the first place. I never expected.
We had this conversation already. You was there on stream when we discussed
I never expected it to be PSG. I thought that it would have been Liverpool or Real Madrid. I had it to be Liverpool, Real Madrid. I never had PSG being this far.
But what I say is after PSG beat you did expect Arsenal to beat PSG.
We had the conversation.
You see how them cook we.
Yes, we literally had the conversation.
Yeah, but Flawless, you're forgetting Lex is fueled by hatred of Arsenal. So
you know what's fair. We had this discussion countless times.
You don't need to be fueled by fucking hatred for Arsenal. You see our entire we win the league. Arsenal 13 bomber clock game. Arsenal are shit. Everybody knows the Arsenal are shit. But for some reason, PSG
I get my clip.
But for some reason, PSG never got beat Arsenal. Want to get the idea from? What me did it from my phone on that I said this the last time.
Yeah, you were listening. I don't know, but we had this conversation on countless times.
Yeah, you were here.
Once or twice. You was here.
Yeah, remember, Kineki said that. I made that cook him feet, but I never know say you did agree with him.
I did say that. I did say this. That I thought
Jesus Christ.
Lex, you guys had this conversation on the Yardman show.
Yeah, but
after we get French fried by them.
Yes. Because even though they got French fried, you lot still took them to penalties. And
no, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't want don't describe it as French fry.
My issue was with their attack. I didn't expect their attack to perform the way it performed. I rate Doué highly. I rate Kvaratskhelia highly. No, but again, with Arsenal's attack, I don't rate their attack highly either. But one thing they do have over PSG that I thought they'd be all right with was set pieces. That's where I thought they'd get them. Because PSG struggled defensively, like they did against you lot. Because even though you say you got French fried by them, you still took them to penalties.
Yeah,
because of the bozo decisions in their attack. As much as their midfield was on point, that tie should have been out of sight. But Dembele did Dembele things in that game. Even though he's played well against Arsenal, that tie should have been done. Just running the ball into the goalkeeper, wrong decisions. I was go watch along back, that Liverpool PSG. I was screwing. And thankfully, they won from my perspective. But if not, I would have crashed on him.
Bro, I'm not going to listen to that.
Even though we scored the goal. But I'm happy to be wrong about that. I gave my reasons to why I was wrong. I'm happy to be wrong.
Yeah, but even if
I could have been happy to be
these reasons.
I explained why.
Even
That
though that makes sense.
That's why I had to.
But you
same
see,
way,
Lex,
same way,
this
Lex,
is what happens.
Say before you go, Prime. The same way I thought we was gonna get beaten Bilbao is the exact same reason.
I understand. So like, you did think what?
I thought we was gonna get beaten Bilbao
2-0. You said
yes.
No, everybody did think that.
That's
no, I didn't. I didn't.
Apart from, and I have to give Kaneki. Wait. I have to give Kaneki his props because when he said we would beat Bilbao, he's the only person who said we'd beat Bilbao and beat them well. And I looked at him like he was crazy when he said this to me. But he was like, we are going to beat these men. It's going to be a 2-goal margin, 3-goal margin. He said this to me. I said like he was mad when he said that. And I said, because literally there's a clip Prime cut up, and just before you start going off, Lex, about field tilt and everything, I go, is La Liga that bad? And Kaneki goes, yes, it is
flawless. Flawless, can we play it?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
I'm gonna launch the thing this week. I got you. I actually got some time on my hands to launch the Clips channel coming soon. I know I keep saying it, people, but time is not my friend.
Feel don't fucking tilt.
Not put a mountain top. Not put a hill.
Bro, wanna give you.
Hey,
I remember this.
Yeah, he was like, the field not fucking tilt. You know what I'm saying? You're not on a mountain top. You're not on a hill. It's flat. Chances created. Just because I'm a lover ball.
Created. Oh, what chances created? What the fuck?
So like that's it. I have to give Kaneki his props because I looked at it. Everything everyone was saying, people who watch the league like Steve and Jez, and then all the metrics pointed to a Bilbao win. All of it, everything. And I watched the game and I said
Bilbao were bad.
I said United would draw out.
There's bad and then there's that bad. Like even after they went down to 10 men, I'm expecting the on.
Look at Lyon. Look at that Lyon game when I told you it was going to go, because I said it's two horrid goalkeepers against each other, and you watch exactly how I told you how bad their goalkeeper actually is.
Perry's very hit and miss.
Okay, so when it comes on to this, though, I will take my flagging for it because I said it would have been Liverpool, Real Madrid in the semi-final, because we were all about. Everyone was saying it might be an El Clasico final, and I said no, it's going to be Real Madrid or Inter Milan. I said if anybody, if it's not Liverpool or Inter Milan, or if it's not Liverpool or Real Madrid that make it from that side, whoever wins Barcelona side, they're winning the Champions League. It's that easy. If Liverpool or Real Madrid never made it from that side, everybody on the other side, whoever wins that, they're winning the Champions League, because no one on Real Madrid Liverpool side has what it takes to win this Champions League. They've never been there before. Against Liverpool, before you get to the questions, for Liverpool, I am sorry. If PSG was to play Liverpool 4 more times, they don't win. I'm not going to accept the whole they cooked Liverpool. They didn't. If they played that game 4 more times, Liverpool walks them.
I don't know about
it's just bad day. I am not going to underestimate that Liverpool didn't fail to bury their chances against PSG.
And
let's not do this.
Yeah, because it is key in regard to, because even the Arsenal PSG game, Arsenal had chances, they just dropped to the wrong players.
They had 2 chances.
Yes. And PSG had chances and failed to capitalize.
It changes the whole game.
Donnarumma made a really good save on the.
He was good saves. Not taking anything away from the. All I'm saying is that if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm pissed at Trossard and Martinelli for not burying those two. Granted, PSG also had chances as well. Barcola messed up one.
Ramos messed up one. Doué messed up one. Dembele messed up another one.
Here the names we're saying: Barcola, Trossard, Martinelli, Ramos. No surprise that those players missed.
Bunch of fraud.
Zero surprise that those 4 are players that if someone said, yeah, these 4 are going to miss good clear-cut chances in the game, you go, yeah, it makes sense. But if someone said that Saka, Kvaratskhelia, Moreno, and I don't know,
Hakimi,
you go, yeah, well, use Hakimi or Vitina, you go, yeah, I highly like all 4 of them are going to miss clear-cut chances in the game. That's where it was. Yeah, it is fine margins. Obviously, they had the goal. Arsenal had the goal ruled out. That was just offside from the free kick as well. I thought they'd do what they did. I thought the game plan would be the same as the Real Madrid game plan. I thought they'd do that. I didn't think they get past Real Madrid.
No, but you can't do that against PSG.
Yeah, clearly you can't.
But why this annoy me, cause you could have said that.
No, I didn't. I thought like they would do that.
You watch our game and you not see that?
Yes, no. This is why I came to the conclusion that I came to. I explained it. How many more times do I have to explain why I thought?
On the same stream, the midfield that gonna get overrun.
Yes, and it did.
Just like ours got overrun.
Their midfield was on point, and their midfield was better against them than it was against yours as well. Their midfield was on point. I didn't see a 15, 20 minutes like that, in particular the first half.
Yeah, because our midfield's better than their midfield.
Yes, 110%. But they stepped to the level.
Like Graffenberch is better than Declan Rice.
Yes, we know this.
Since I have to say,
yeah. Well, again, the midfield is not their issue. Their attack and their defense was the problem on that side.
Huh?
But that Graffenberch is better than Rice. The issue with PSG, and the reason why I don't think they win the final is because of those two reasons. Because I don't trust them defensively.
No, them not inside the best team in the
competition.
Champions League for a while now. Still, them just very balanced, bro. They don't have like weak spots.
And this is how fine margin it is. And this is how fine margin it is because they're literally a kick out. They're literally 2 minutes away from going out.
Because people are saying, all right, you look on the games between them and Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
No one has Barcelona's attack.
No
one has the quality in their attack similar to Barcelona. Maybe the closest you could come is City, but at the same time, it's like not really. Not huh?
Yes, she's close.
PSG don't have Barcelona.
Not close.
No, it's
not close.
Well, I think it's close.
PSG don't have.
That final would have been a really good game.
Goal output Barca have alone, PSG do not possess.
And even though they're attack,
they don't have Yamal. That brother is still.
No, they don't.
But not even Yamal.
All right.
They don't have a Rafinha, bro.
Rafinha, bruv.
I'm taking
Kvaras. Kvaras is a better player, but right now, I don't know what kind of drug. Hey, you remember when Flick did go Bayern and everybody just transformed? Yeah, what about drugs in
and it was buff as hell.
You remember when Goretzka did
regular
and Jonathan Alfonso Davies
they all took steroids and they fell off here.
That was the super soldier serum, man. That's what he took.
Yeah, man.
Super soldier serum, man. That's what it was, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, the same thing could happen to Barca next year.
Captain America shit, innit?
It was the Captain America stuff.
Yeah, man,
I remember that. With Goretzka, I was like, yo, is this the same guy?
Yeah, that makes it.
And everyone wanted to say, oh, it was lockdown. Nah, it wasn't lockdown.
It was the super soldier serum, man. That's what it is. It was the super soldier serum. The super soldier serum is a drug.
So everyone here does have Interest favorites.
Is it not?
I mean,
is it not
a fucking movie, innit?
It is a drug. That's it is.
Bruno Fernandes.
Big up to Al.
Hey,
big
brother.
Up to J. Go on.
Hey, brother.
There's no way.
If United don't take this blood clot money, all my days, and you know after this,
you believe it?
Mr. Fabrizio prost it, yeah. And then
do you believe it's true? Do you think they offer the money? Do you think they offer big money for him?
What do you mean? Because this fucker have good PR, so them actually think him good. So Al Hilal. Yeah, Saudi the bullshit. Them after, bro. If them offer 70 mil for blood clot.
Darwin
Nunes blood
and 90 million for Matoma.
We can't sell him to no other team for 20 million.
Excuse my reservations about this. Is that this would be a dream sale for me? That's why I have my reservations. It seems too good to be true.
It can't. But are the too good to be true people them offer the money? And that's
I believe it when I see the official offer.
You have to remember this, you know. We get 50 mil collective or about 60 mil collectively for Jordan Henderson and Fabinho from them, man. You know?
Yes.
We talk about after you ever squeeze one rag and squeeze and then squeeze till no water and come out. That's how club squeeze out everything out of them, man. And we get 60 mil collectively for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Man.
And that's a great side for you.
Worse than the farm now. Yeah, man.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, Lex, is that because I'm emotionally attached to the situation, this is a dream scenario for me. I'll believe it when I see
it. Dream.
No, but
that's my point. No, but that's why this don't. As a Manchester United fan, this don't happen.
Now that the news exists is a nightmare if it don't happen.
bro.
No,
this would be like
there was a Matoma
like
bid. There was a Matoma bid in January for 90 million.
So reportedly, but they didn't. I don't think anything was official. Again, it was rumors. Like I said,
Yeah, but that's the same for Darwin too. It wasn't official.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about for Nunes? Yeah, I thought you were talking about for Bruno. Yeah, for
and
Nunes,
for Matoma too. Both of them. It wasn't official. There was no.
Like I said, those clubs. That's Liverpool and Brighton. You know what I'm saying? Notice that as this Saudi thing's been going on, we've had no bid. There's been reports and rumors. We ain't had no. So that's all I'm saying is I have my reservations. Do I hope it's true? Yes, 100%. I'd sell him for half of that in a heartbeat. So they're talking a British record fee. I will believe it when I see it. When there's an actual official bid or they offer him personal terms, this is all well and good. That's the point that I'm making.
But no, but Mayor, it's a Amarim come out and I say, yo, I'm an important player and him don't want to lose him and blah blah blah.
You don't have anyone in our squad that's worth that, man. I tell anyone in our team
even just that. No, man, you can get a 115 for Ahmad, man.
I would sell anyone for 115 in our team. Go on, Gary.
No, you're not sell Ahmad. That's crazy.
For 150 for a record fee.
And by who?
For a record fee. Yo, we'll figure that out.
You want names? You want names?
For a record, and I rate Ahmad highly, but we're talking record fees. Hey, Prime, what was Caicedo?
No, it says right there 115, right there. It says on
so we're saying 1
pounds.
Oh, Ross, it's not. Oh, Raw pounds.
That's my point. Yes,
pounds.
Pounds. Ahmad's my guy, but 120 million. And it's not actively, but
let's talk like them are gonna squeeze him off a mill, bruv. Come on, man.
120, I'm just saying. But yeah, Jadel, I hear you in regards to go on.
We know Ten did get squeezed out a couple mils to that fucking Holland thing there, innit?
But never forget that that bro tried to sign freaking Brobby. Never forget that. Brobby, bro.
Let me get to this. So these are all reports. So Al Hilal would be prepared to offer a British record transfer fee for Bruno Fernandes. The highest sale in Premier League history is Moises Caicedo to Chelsea at 150 million. That's from Jacob's Ben on Twitter. There's another source, Manchester United source, is confident that Bruno will stay to be a crucial part of the rebuild under Ruben Amorim this summer. They maintain that he isn't for sale. This is at Chris Wheeler DM and then at Nath Salt 1. Hashtag MUFC as well. So conflicting reports. Romano said things. Ben Jacobs has said things. You see it here from Chris Wheeler. Like I say, I will 110% believe this when I hear about a formal offer to Manchester United or Bruno actually being offered personal terms. This is further big appreciated, Warrior J. Manchester United sources insist there's no release clause in Bruno's contract, but Al Hilal understand there is an amount Manchester United would engage with should the player express a desire to move, and that's from Ben Jacobs as well. Hey, you know what? Like I said before, if that's the offer, sell him expeditiously. We'll see what happens with that. Also,
question.
Go on.
Go on. Never mind.
All right, you joke, man. This guy. Big up to Sai.
I can't, because again, I know he's on the panel. We can't have this conversation.
Yeah. Know the audience. Flawless and the panel, both legs are brilliant to watch from attacking point of view.
Yo, what you want to say?
But no. You trying to call something, and I got a referee it. Nope. The fact that Prime's having reservations about it means it's a grenade. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a grenade. It's an actual conversation.
You are Captain Chaos.
Bring it to the table.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. Captain Chaos Part 2 next to you and see. Absolutely fucking not. Joke, man. Anyway, let me get to this, please. Thank you. Flawless in the panel. Both legs were brilliant to watch from an attacking point of view, but I think in both legs, Barcelona played into Inter's hands, playing a very high line. Here, the thing is with that, when you play, it's high risk, high line, high risk, because Barcelona just showed naivety in the last couple minutes. Because if they just drop back, sit in, knock out Inter Milan, we're having a whole different conversation. Literally, you can't be 2 minutes away from a Champions League final, lose the ball, and the vast majority of your players are in the opposition half. What the fuck is going on? And that's on the players on the pitch, and that's on the manager and the coaches, more so the players. That's just common sense. That's the kicking. Why are you trying? You're literally 2 minutes away from a Champions League final, and your players are flying forward. Why? Whether you're an attacking team or not, that should not happen. That is an 11-man behind the ball.
Belief in it.
you gotta make smarter decisions. That's just I can't even say naivety because they've got a lot of experience and a lot of quality players out there. Just stupidness, foolishness. That decision making. Look at the goal. Where is everybody? It's not even like they scored. It's not like Barcelona scored the equalizer and there was 22 people in the penalty area. It was literally like 3. The ball went out wide, crossed into the box, and I think there was 3 people in the box.
No, Thuram held it up, and then Dumfries got it.
Yeah,
Russell was man off, and then crossed it right to a Cherby, who was wrong side of fucking.
Yeah. But when a Cherby, so who was in the box with the Cherby?
I
think there was 2 Barcelona defenders in the box. Yeah, so there was 3 people in the box. You are 2 minutes away from getting to a Champions League final, and there's 2 of your players in the box. Why?
But Flawless, you have to realize,
Go on.
It'll work for him.
I hear that. I'm all for it because it has. That's why I'm not criticizing the high line. That's why I've not criticized the high line because you live and die by it.
Oh, yeah,
and
so just drop the line for the last couple of minutes.
You are 2 minutes away. Just chill.
The man them bleed high line, brother.
Yo, and common sense kicks in.
Surely
common sense kicks in. But they even in this situation, Angie's live and die by it. But in that, I'm saying in that scenario in particular, it's not like it's just a La Liga game.
I understand what you say, but I don't know. Maybe them have challenges as switch it. I don't know.
Go back and look at the goal, and you'll see. Like even when who crossed the ball in again? Who was it, Steve? Who crossed the ball in? Dumfries. Go look at. It's literally Dumfries on one player out there. Why are you 1-on-1 in that scenario?
I agree with you, but like Lex is right. Like some managers, especially these new age sort of, even though I don't think Flick is a new age, but some managers nowadays are just live and die by it to the extreme. Like,
hey, some of the managers don't have defensive tactics in it.
Like, and for example, remember last season, against Chelsea, they're down to 9 men. Yeah. And they're still playing a high line everywhere on the halfway line against them. And as bad as Chelsea were from a goal, then it doesn't make sense to give us that amount of space in a London derby.
And that's just idiotic. But hear what you say though, London derby, Premier League game. That don't make sense. But it makes it worse that you are literally 2 minutes away from a Champions League final, and you don't say, "Hey, let's just sit in and see this out."
I know, but that's my point. As much as I agree, it's horrible, but there are certain managers that are just live and die by their sword.
If that's me and the manager can argue about it later. You know what I'm saying? If he's like, why didn't you go forward? We're 2 minutes away. All right, let's just argue about it afterwards.
No. That wouldn't. By the way, this wouldn't even be in. If Barcelona advance and they sit back reserved and then they win and they're going to UCL final, the last thing a manager is going to do is be like, yeah, we got the final. Let's go, boys. And they're all celebrating in the locker room. Then all of a sudden, oh, whoa, hold up. Nah. Fuck you. You didn't listen to me in the last 2 minutes.
It's not like I'm saying.
It's not a conversation if you just do.
That's my point. It's not like it was the last 20 minutes of the game of normal time, or the last 15 minutes, or the last 10 minutes. Once it gets to 5, you go, all right, cool. Let's just see this out. I'm not saying change your whole style for 45 minutes or even
Flawless.
30 minutes.
Flawless. Like, you're old enough and you've watched football long enough. Actually, you've lived life long enough to know that not everyone uses logic. So you're using too much logic in this.
It baffles my, because these are highly intelligent people. These are one of the best sides.
Yeah.
The Europe.
And the same way me feel about you thinking Arsenal gonna beat PSG.
Yes, cool, but I'm not on their level.
Yeah, no, but this is what Flick does.
Intelligence.
Don't underestimate yourself.
I'm not about I am not Hansi Flick.
No, but Flawless.
Listen to the name. Flawless.
But they don't come from this. You know what I'm saying? In that, this is
This is where but Flawless. As Steve can tell you, Flick does this. Why did Flick do that? Flick was trying to kill the game. Flick was not trying to see out. Flick doesn't see out games. At Bayern Munich, it was one of the major issues with him at Bayern Munich. Flick don't see out games. Flick goes for the Flick goes to kill game. It's kill. It's not see through. No.
I wanted him at Manchester United. I'm a huge fan of Flick.
If this had ended 3-2, if this had ended 3-2 3-2 Barcelona, you would not see any smile on Flick's face. He'd be angry. You'd literally watch him go over to Rafinha and these guys and curse every single one of them out. Lewandowski, he'd walk home. Lewandowski would have walked back to the Camp Nou from the San Siro if they had won this game 3-2. Flick don't see out games. Flick got 3-2 and Flick said we can get 4 and 5 now because these men are panicking, which correctly so. Inter Milan were.
Yeah, man. Yeah, them did have them on the ropes, man.
They had them at 3-2.
Flawless one say, yo, you win pom points. Don't knock him out. Man, have him on the ropes, man.
No.
Exactly. You know, I've seen fighters do that, and that's stupid as well.
Yep.
I'm clear with this fight. We going into the 12th round. Why are you looking a knockout?
Yeah.
Why?
If this was Man United, I'd be pissed. If this was Man United, I'd be pissed.
And then you go get knocked out like at Egypt.
Well, yeah. But the mentality, you have to think about the mentality, is it?
No, I'm not
saying go and change your whole style. I'm saying just don't take unnecessary risks. You're up in the fight. It's 11 rounds in. You've won 9 of the first 11. You're clearly up.
Some people just like to take unnecessary risks, Flawless.
Yes, they do.
And that is Flick. And that is Flick.
Risk it, full stop.
I'm not risk averse so fast.
Yeah. I'm not going to go asking for it.
You have to think about this in a Flawless. Not for them money reach where them reach, just a risk it.
Yeah.
And not
man want a 6-2 play. He want a 6-2 play doing this.
1, 2, 3, 4. So there's literally so he hits the deck. It's 2 minutes 40 on the clock. I'm looking here now. There's 2 minutes 48 seconds on the clock. I'm looking at it. Plus 5 minutes.
Yes.
They're breaking through. Why is it? It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 on 5.
Yeah, remember that counter came from Yamal hitting the post.
And 5 Barcelona defenders.
Yeah, but Flawless, don't forget.
Absolutely crazy. With 2 minutes to go to reach the Champions League final. And it's
Flawless.
4 on 5.
That counter happened because Yamal hit the post. Don't forget that.
Yeah, it's smacked up.
So it's not really Barcelona and Flick. Flick did this on one. Like, put it up.
Look at that. What is going on? That's the end. That's just before they scored a goal.
Acherby's on the.
Yeah, all right, watch out.
Why is it 4 on? Why are you only got 1 man?
If the defender them they just position better, innit?
You should even have that even though you've got 1 man up, the numeric.
Who is this over here? Why isn't this person sprinting back as well? Like, come on, man.
Look, Rafinha's like, all right, can we look at Rafinha's
Rafinha wait for the counter.
Rafinha wait for.
All right, I told you.
Hey man, I'm about to go to the next round of Champions League. Man, I wait for a counter attack, bro. I'm about heading the next way.
Exactly. Whosoever's on the ground there, so yo, them forget sell. Transfer window open.
Yeah, man, they need for revamp. Yo, Barcelona need to buy Saliba, not Madrid.
Yeah. Barcelona need to revamp them backline, bro.
I'm sorry, but that's still
Flawless.
Is just crazy to me. And Rafinha is a body. He's looking for the counter attack.
Yeah,
he's not trying to get back. He's trying to. All right, I can get this ball and break.
Right, you wanna know what? And as I said before, Flick did this and won 6 titles, bro.
Yes,
so Flick is not looking at this and say, "Oh, something." Flick went to Germany and did this and almost reached a final. So Flick's looking at this and is like, "There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing." What he did in this final.
When you play expansive and you get a 10 out of 10, and you play expansive and you get a next 10 out of 10, you run like 6 10 out of 10. You gotta just stop play expansive, innit?
No. I'm saying carry on. I am not. I'm saying
it's learn when to stop. That's what Flawless is trying to say. Learn when to stop.
I'm saying in this too. Learn when to stop. Not even learn when to stop. I'm saying if you're 2 minutes away from a Champions League final, why do you have 5 defenders and it's 4 and they have 4 attackers going towards and there's no one in sight?
AC Milan tried that. Flawless. AC Milan tried that against these guys in Istanbul. How did that Champions League end?
No, I hear that, but that's a whole 45 minutes and that type of thing. I am literally talking about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
I am literally talking about that one instance.
So okay, so I didn't watch this game, right?
Go on.
So I didn't watch this game. So what you're basically saying is what was the score? 3-2, right?
3-2 with 2 minutes left.
3-2. Yamal has a shot. It hits the post.
Yes.
Inter counter and they score.
Yes.
Yes.
So 9 times out of 10, Yamal scores, right?
Yes.
It's tough, maybe. Okay. But even
so then
whether
it's
he scores,
4-2.
whether he scores or not, that's because he's hit the post. He's unfortunate.
No.
What I'm saying is, you can
lead to a corner
in the bus. That's what I'm saying. Like but you shouldn't like. I've never seen anything like that. Is what I'm saying in a high stakes game.
I agree with you.
My entire life of watching football, I've seen teams concede late goals. All teams, you know what I'm saying? English team, Europe team, like we've seen late goals. Like for instance, when Madrid scored them 2 goals late on against Manchester City a few years back when they went out. Go look at how many City players were behind the ball.
The hustle madness against
this
Bayern.
is what I'm saying. So we've seen late goals happen before, but look how many people are defending. You got Rafinha looking for the counter attack, yo. That is
didn't Liverpool score on Barcelona in 2 minutes as well?
Funny.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing with you. The point is that like I don't know why you're surprised that
there's something that in watching football for
because he expected better from Flick.
I've never seen anything like it. Like,
and I've never seen a manager. I've never seen a manager be down to 9 men in a derby and sit their players on the halfway.
Yeah, that was new too. That was a surprise
so,
too. That was one of them.
As soon as I saw that, I'm like, anything can happen. So who cares?
That was the two. Hey, football. I've
never seen
anything.
Yo. A while ago, you bring up Istanbul, and it reminds me of something. You remind me of Steven Gerrard.
Oh,
you know why it reminds me?
He slipped
on.
No,
why it reminds me of Steven Gerrard?
Why?
Can I never leave?
No, we didn't leave.
Unlike some people.
Nah, he went to LA Galaxy. What are we doing here? Come on.
It's this guy, dude.
Hey,
go
brother,
on, carry on.
He went to the fucking LA Galaxy.
Steve, stop, bro.
You don't like for no, right? This brother named Trent, innit?
The best right back in the world that you guys are playing.
Gerrard, a white guy.
Hey man, best right back. Yo, listen, 1 minute.
Big up Pops as well, man. Big up Pops.
Best right back in our which world?
Is that not what Liverpool fans were saying?
Which Liverpool fans?
Better than Dani Alves and them, man.
Conor Bradley.
Conor Bradley, them at top, bro.
Yeah, man. Conor Bradley, yeah, man.
Trent. The one that corner taken quickly.
It was Endo that took the corner quickly. What you talking about? It was Endo that took the corner quickly, bro.
Trent never take no corner.
Corner taken quickly, Trent.
That Endo means, you know.
Hold on, no. You know what pissed me off the most about this? Him done not say nothing for the whole season. Now that we win the league, him a come out with him PR stunt to talk about, it's the hardest decision I've ever had to make. First of all, just lose the fucking accent at this point in time. Number 1. Number 2, brother, y'all leave. You didn't tell us say you leave none at all. You're done. You make up your mind. You never signed the contract or did actually I give you more money. All of these bugger reasons. Just fuck off. Because when you gonna come out and talk about say it's so hard and I cry, brother, we don't want to hear that. Because if it is so difficult, where are you going? Just imagine. You're married to a girl. Mm-hmm. And you're married to her for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And one day she come and say, she want to leave you for your next month. She never said she just want to get a divorce and call it, you know. No. She want to leave you for your next month. And then, before she leave, she want to meet with you. And when in the meet up, she talk about this is so hard. And I still love you.
Yo.
And blah, blah. How you da feel?
I get it. I understand. I understand your
question there, bro.
How you da feel?
I get it. Only thing I say about the whole situation is FSG shouldn't have allowed the situation to even take place.
Yo, the man did want. Yo, but you have to remember the player have to sign the blood clot contract.
But we know he wasn't going to sign, though.
Yeah, the man know he
was going to sign. So he should have sold him.
Bro, we try,
You should have sold him. There's no way.
But brother. But if Liverpool fans get hoodwinked, if you did look for me last year or the year before and say, Salah, Van Dijk, Trent, which one of them money I leave? May I pick Salah and Van Dijk?
That makes sense. But he shouldn't even be in that. He has took full advantage of a situation he's in, but he shouldn't be in that situation. Yeah, but FSG could have stopped him from saying it.
We try.
So all right, let's
before you go. I say a 5-year contract. The man 4-year contract.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is no top European club or any club who's trying to be a top European club should be allowing their stars to start a season with only 24 months left on their deal. That's an issue.
Yeah, but why would it be an issue?
Because you don't want to end up with this Trent situation.
Yeah, but you're not gonna end up with it anyways.
No, if you sell him, should have sold him.
You know what's going to happen?
Wait. Before you go, you offer him the deal at 24 months left. 2 years left.
Fuck all of this logic thing. I'm not trying to use this logic. I'm going to depend on that. I'm going to depend on logic right now.
Man. You carry on first. I get it. Go on, let's carry on. I'm listening. Go on, carry on.
I'm going to depend on logic. The money I try to say, FSG have to shoulder some of the blame. Brother, I know FSG are left with. I Trent to leave. And you might say, FSG should not do this and FSG should. Fine. All right, FSG, you fucked up. But at the same thing, maybe the girl where I tell you she love you, where I left you, I say, remember that one time you never bought flowers for me? Or remember that this? Or remember that? How about me tired because me I go work every day for put food in your blood clot mode? How about that?
That's true.
How about, but you want cut. All right, cut. Then, now the next thing is, all right, you want to leave. Where are you going to go? Real Madrid? The most soulless club. You're going to get booed. Understand this.
Yeah, Kaneki, soulless.
Understand this. You're going to get booed. Because we know, we never boo you.
I'm going to run him down like what they run down Ramos. That's what they're going to do. Run him down like how we run down Ramos.
Worse, because Ramos, the rundown with them run down Ramos a legend them time. We never boo you. We're out here make excuses. We're fight battles. All of my brethren them tell me say, yo, that girl you go left here, she not good for you, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I got to war with the blood clot man them. Only few girl go do me this.
I get it. I understand.
Flawless, can you see what's back behind, the backstage thing? Thank you.
I want to know, dog.
Let's see.
This is why Lex is angry, by the way.
Here we go again. You're not going anywhere.
You're not leaving.
You're not fucking leaving. I don't give them. Real Madrid what? You're not leaving. We just beat the other day. Real Madrid, the one we can't defend. We have Champions Leagues to catch up with Real Madrid. So Trent, you're not leaving. That pussy. You can't tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing.
You talk about all the wars you fought for him and then he leaves you. I get it. Yeah. You went to war for him, for Trent.
War, Bumbleclaw, war. Bumbleclaw, war, dog. No matter how much Trent fuck up, no matter how much time in drop asleep on the back post. And the man just say, yo, fuck it. And then he more out here about him and cry at about it's the hardest decision. So what the fuck you got? If it's a bomber clock hard, if you're under so much stress, if it cause you so much hurt and turmoil, where you go?
Hey,
why you leave? Why you leave? Oh, I love the club. I love the fans. I'll always love you, blah, blah. Man, fuck off. Fuck off. You better they just cut and not say nothing. No, you're trying to take me for bumbleclot either. You're trying to appeal to my emotions. Like me and your blood clot girl. Man, fuck off, blood. And for every time you get cooked, we're gonna laugh. Every time you do some shit defensively, we're gonna laugh. Because unless you don't realize, Real Madrid need defensive help.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Are you going to laugh when he wins in the Champions League?
Win what kind of another Champions League? Hey,
Prime,
give
yeah,
my blood clot feel.
Prime. Listen, you want to know what the painful thing? From Lex first ever fan calling to now, Lex has been defending Trent. And that's no joke. From Lex first ever fan calling to now. From now. Huh?
Yo, you know what? Yo, big man. Yo, watch out. Man knows Reece James better than Trent, you know. But we couldn't allow man to say that, dog.
No.
Yeah, obviously.
From Lex first fan calling, Lex a defend Trent. From Lex first fan calling.
How do you memorize? How do you remember this shit? It's super.
Like, bro, if I can tell you Lazio's starting lineup from 2002, don't question my memory. My memory is weird. I can remember Lazio beating Juventus 2-0 in 2003, but if I put on my phone, I can't find it.
Yeah, because you know,
I lack object permanence, bro.
Let's test this. Let's test this.
I said I can remember Lazio lineup from the 2000s, but put down my phone.
You know, hold on. I mean, for cut your prime. Last night, when the video I watch, you know, when I watch a Trent video and him talk, you know, he almost catch me, you know. Oh my God! I mean, for tell you, I mean, my eyes start well up, and then I say, "Hold on, what the fuck is this?" I catch myself. I say, "Hold on, this pussy." We're gonna try to go in a bag of trophy. This brother here cut, and I try to tell me, say, "Oh, it's so difficult." Man, I say, "No, man, I'm smarter than this. Don't get emotional. Control."
Wait, it's prime literally looking up Lazio versus Juventus. If you're looking at the prime, it's on December 6, 2003.
It's crazy.
It's disgusting. You remember?
I'm saying, man, Steve and Kaneki are just aliens when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Fine, let's do this. If you're really good, your memory is really good. What is Bruno's GA this season?
This guy is.
I don't give a
Bruno,
shit.
brother. Who cares about
I don't give a shit, bro.
You gotta look at his face, yo.
I don't like you. You piss me off.
I don't throw
sometimes,
grenades,
but
I don't throw this fucking guy.
Yeah,
Let me get to these couple super chats.
Yo, let's go to the questions now, because I know Warrior has a couple.
That was actually a grenade, though. That was actually a grenade.
It's always grenades. That was just blatant. That's
it's
what
not always grenades. You didn't
throw it and then duck it behind you. Was like, nah, I threw it.
Sometimes I throw without knowing what I'm throwing.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? It says grenade on it. You know what I'm saying? And you
sometimes so rough.
It says grenade on it. That joke thing.
Yeah,
Side, you're such an idiot, Prime. Side, big up for the super chat. He says, Jez and all who are blaming JJ Redick is wrong. Roster limitations and lack of depth, lack of center. The Lakers bench was outscored by the T-Wolves reserves. He goes on to say with the second super chat, the Lakers rosters was not built to counter Minnesota's size and defensive versatility. Players like Julius Randle exploited Lakers. Here the thing is, side, even though the Lakers lack in those areas, and you're right, you can just do more to combat it. That was the issue. Rudy Gobert, who I think, but before the game 7 had averaged 9 points. I think he had like 12.
24.
No. I'm just talking about rebounds. I think the entire series from game 1 to
24 in other thing.
Oh, he had the 24 rebounds. Yeah. I'm talking points, though. I think he had averaged
24 points in the dub. Or 23 points or something like that.
Something like that. It was like 24 points, 23 rebounds. But the point I'm making is game 1 to 6, he had averaged like 9 points. So when he starts getting up to 15 points, surely you go, all right, let me do something to come.
No, them not do that in a basketball. No. Them not do that. No, if a man go have a off game, them rather take care of the superstars and make the man they have him game. That's how them play. That's how them do it. They're not gonna change the focus. If Ant-Man, if the aim is because them I say, yo, whatever good Rudy Gobert get, him can get his fucking Rudy Gobert in it.
It's let me actually have a look at this.
But I mean, because them have the rebounds, though. If you have so much rebounds, none of them are gonna be put backs.
And side, you can put somebody out there to at least try and offset him. Man had 24 rebounds. You can put someone out there because he didn't. Well, how come he didn't have 24 rebounds game 1 to 6?
I don't know. Probably never feel like it.
Nah, it's because they had other bigs out there.
Yo, listen, the man girl did out. They tell him, say, yo, I believe in you, Rudy, blah, blah, blah. Whisper something in their ears. And then next game, I'm just on 24 and 23.
Like I said, you do something to offset it. You don't just allow it to keep happening. It's like you're in a football match and the central midfielder is just running the game and creating
sometimes
chances.
you just can't stop it, Flawless.
But at least, no, I'm not saying stop it. I'm saying attempt. He did nothing. He did nothing.
Yeah, but Lex is right, though, Flawless. Sometimes you just can't stop Bruno.
He didn't. No, he didn't try the options.
Why you just
he
mute
tried the options he tried the options in the game because you just gotta learn to ignore him. Because I get him back. That's why, man. You see all these shots. I get him back at a later day. It's cool. All right, bye, man. He didn't try any other options in that game 7 side. What did he try in that game 7?
I shoot my own all the time. Nothing you can say will hurt me.
Yeah, sure, but I just enjoy shooting.
Yeah, you can shoot 3 to Arsenal too. Can't make up your mind, bro.
Right. You have to try certain because he didn't have a dominant game. Game 1 to 6, he didn't look like that. So clearly, something you did affected him. What we talking? Mango grabbed 24 rebounds in one game.
A normal thing that man, I do that all the way.
Yeah, you will. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, that's not normal inside the NBA. It was a franchise record. You let Rudy go. He's a franchise record.
Man, a 7'2", bro.
It's crazy. But I'm sure you got someone on your bench who's 7 foot flat. You can just go out there and just grab rebound. Even though OKC lost yesterday, you seen what they did to Joker. Even though Joker was still did his thing, at least they attempted to off-put him. They put Chet on him. They put Hartenstein on him. Dort was on him. Like there's multiple people, is what I'm saying. You can't just allow it to keep happening. Then you ain't coaching at that point. You ain't coaching. It's like having a midfielder who's running the game for 30 minutes, creating hall-keeper chances. Hey, man, mark him. Try something is the point I'm making, but hey, we move. I personally don't get it, but that's just me. But big up for the super chats, man. I appreciate it every single time, man. Every single time, sir.
The AR-15 a bus blank, bruv.
Flawless, he dropped Haynes and brought Smith, Hachimura, both sodas. We don't have any. So why did he drop Hayes? Because when Hayes played against him, he didn't have those numbers. Put Vanderbilt on, play them both. Because how about you stop playing AR-15, who was terrible the entire series? Because defensively actually wasn't really an issue. You lot couldn't score. That was the problem. It's not like they got 140 or 150. You lot just couldn't score. Because you had AR-15 out there selling. It was dreadful. And he kept him in the game. Yeah, he was selling the whole game. Like I'm looking here. The final game, they only scored 103 points. The T-Wolves. In the win. Not 120, not 130, not 104. 103 points they scored.
Speaking of basketball, this Pacers-Cleveland game that's coming up to an end. Should be a good ending.
Well, I'm looking at
that. Donovan Mitchell got 44. Holy fuck.
Yeah, serious, because they had a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. AR-15 and the manager and the coach played him the entire series. Play Dalton Connect. Why not? Try something different. Big someone out there. And big up to TJ. Says big up Flawless in the panel except for Lex. What did you do to TJ? Well, big up to TJ. Says reporting from the American Waffle Jail. Smash the likes. Big up, man. Shout out to everyone over there on the American Waffle Show as well. Fire show.
Hey, listen, when you try for so long to win the Premier League and not win it, we can understand the envy in it.
There you go. And Pops, I agree with this as well. Shout out to Beijing Pops. Says Latimer's Prime is a dangerous fella, 100%. You gotta know, without doubt. You have to know. I'm telling you. You put TJ in jail for 35 minutes. Who super chatted that much? TJ, what did you say? So for those that don't know how American Waffle works, make sure you check out the show. It's a great show where they have different, they have a code for super chat. So if you super chat a certain amount and it's green, 5 minutes, blue, 10 minutes, etc., etc. So someone really wanted to shut. So basically, people are spending money to shut people up. And someone put TJ in jail for 35 minutes. Right, TJ? What did you say?
Good guy.
It was 2 super chats at once. It was a great show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sunshine because she put me in jail before the show even started when I was over there. Crazy work. But yeah, shout out to TJ, man. Go subscribe to TJ Warren TV. And speaking of NBA, because we've been talking about it, we're getting over to the playback as well, people. Yes, Sheik, I'm just talking about it now. We are going live on the playback right now. Yes, we will be going live for that Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves game 1, people, on the Sarcasm City TV playback. www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. Or just download the playback app from your app store. If you have an NBA League Pass, people, you can use that to sync up with us on the same stream and watch the game. Or I'm giving out VIP passes so you can watch the game for certain matchups as well. Flawless, you watch a lot of basketball. Tell me, did the Lakers have a better bench than the T-Wolves? Lakers lost 2 games. You're missing my point. I am not saying, sorry, you're missing my point. I am not saying Lakers have a better team or had a better bench. I am saying you experiment. You try different things.
I don't think I can try different things.
Of course you do. That's what
but what brother. But then when you go try different things against Rudy Gobert,
but he wasn't a problem.
And then Monday gonna be a problem. I know you have 3 problems in it.
But Rudy Gobert wasn't a problem.
What the next one? Ant-Man and who else?
You're talking about Julius Randle and Naz Reid and everything. The problem is, and we're talking defensive because he was grabbing rebounds. Yeah. They couldn't score. Go look at the scores.
But Lakers,
that was the Lakers' problem.
Trash, man. Yeah, man.
Yes, but my point is, there's a way to lose and you attempt it. It's like playing a team 7 games in a row not in the Premier League, but you play them in the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup, and 4 or 5 times you play them, they beat you 3-4-0 every time.
Sometimes
you're gonna line up in the game 4 and do the same thing. No,
if you bought a league from 5 different all it's just like a sink, bruv.
Flawless. We have an example. Actually, Flawless. We have an example of that this season with Arsenal Newcastle. What's our title change? We beat them in the Prem 1-0 at St. James. Then we beat them in the Carabao Cup semifinals twice. What did he do to change anything?
And what did we do with that? We butchered him for that.
Yeah. When we play them, when we play them in like 2 weeks.
Because he went out there with the same mindset, same formation, same players, did everything the same.
Against us. When we've shown
And Newcastle's no secret how they're gonna line up.
Yeah.
It was nothing surprised. It's not like Newcastle got out there and they were playing like prime Barca. We were like, whoa, where's this come from?
Yeah.
Playing out from the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Playing out from the back, and all of a sudden Dan Burns on the half turn on his own penalty area on the penalty spot. That didn't happen. Like, but hey, we moved.
Big up Arteta, innit?
And yes, the Cassie asked me, Flawless, would you accept to sell Bruno to Saudi? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I would. Without doubt. And to AW says, Flawless, you need to stop Lewis from running this UCL gimmick. They dropped the Europa from their name, but they didn't change the acronym. It's still UECL. Reason why Lewis does that is because you're talking about it, nice people. So you're going to run it. I got no qualms with Lewis running the UCL gimmick. Let Lewis do it.
Neither. Don't affect my life.
We all know it's the Conference League. You know what it is.
And the fact they think they're going to win it when they don't, it's going to be funny. And then they could say, we lost the UCL final, which would be very devastating. They'll be fucking devastated if they lose.
No, man. Chelsea go win that.
That's the thing about this.
Who them not play? Fiorentina, innit? Oh, Wallan.
So Real.
Wallan, I bet this them going to play.
It's 2-1 Real Betis. It's 2-1 Real Betis going into the second leg, but it's at the Artemio Franchi in the second leg. I think Fiorentina advanced.
Hey, bro.
I have either of them beating Chelsea in the final, though.
You've been saying this from earlier, actually.
Yeah. It just seems too.
Anthony with the curler again, innit? You see the Anthony goal the other day?
Oh, beautiful.
What?
Beautiful.
Cool.
Hey, Flawless.
Game-winning goal.
You believe you don't feel like your club just cursed, bruv?
No,
we can. All that goal did was just bump up his price. Yo, Betis, 55 million.
Yeah, but you know, always talk down to the bomber-clad players. Them were left and go do better.
Yes, because the pressure is much less elsewhere. That's why.
Bro, he's at Betis.
This bomber-clad, how much pressure? The pressure now holding up. The pressure of in a 15th.
Yeah, because we're not good enough.
Fuck the pressure in it.
But that's not a comparison. That's a false equivalency. That's not it. Because we've seen great players come to Manchester United when we're good and fail because the pressure. We've seen fantastic players come here and not do the business. Because Anthony everyone ain't watching him at Real Betis week in, week out. He can have 2-3 bad performances there and no one cares. Have one bad performance at Manchester United is worldwide news.
You don't even need one. You just need for the black, bro.
Worldwide news. Worldwide news. We already know about the IC.
But what man say is, you know, feel like something not go on this or like no, man. I talk about even with the pressure thing. It's like loudest pressure gimmick, bro. On a did good no more. Well, for all of the white man them where do all of the foolishness and send the monkey emojis or whatever on the do, like just low all of that shit, brother.
We know there's idiots out there. We know there's racists out there.
It's Manchester United. It's Manchester. Yeah, brother. All right, cool. Yeah. How Naga thought next year when them decide so them gonna keep hammering do the same thing what them do with Ten Hag and then Naga the 15 from early in the season.
On them.
And then guess what the fucker Naga do? Onaga do this thing, Onaga go for another hipster manager, come in, replace him with Amarim in about October, November, and guess what? Him not gonna do much better and probably have one in the 18th.
And I've already had this, and then eventually people will turn on his ownership, and then there's a whole uncomfortable conversation about them. There's a reason I didn't want them in the first place. Now everyone's starting to realize it, that this is a mirror match. But I was just hating and being negative.
But in a terrible flawless.
No, they've been awful. Outside of the signings, Ineos have been dreadful. Let's not sugarcoat it. Outside of the signings, which I give them credit for, they have been awful. The two managerial appointments they've made has been awful.
Well,
and if the Glazers did this, you would have butchered them. No. When I say managerial appointments, I'm talking about keeping Ten Hag. So I say managerial decisions. Them two decisions they made have been absolutely horrific. But because it's Ineos and not the Glazers, we've not spoke about it. Because we butchered the Glazers for their appointments.
Yeah, gotta give them time.
And Oli and Van Gaal and etc. But their decision to keep Ten Hag and the fact that they took so long they did a whole assessment. It wasn't on a whim. It wasn't like one day they was like, all right, we're going to sit down, have this one meeting and decide to. They did months and months and months of assessment and then decided to get rid of him. And then, because their approach to replacing him was so piss poor, went back to him. You had 2 people on the list, went back to him. What are we talking about here? That is crazy. And then gave him 2. You lot don't trust him so much. You hired 2 managers with him. I've never seen that before. They went and got 2 managers to go alongside, not one. Not no assistant manager, not no coach. They went and got 2 people who was managing in Holland to go and sit alongside him. That's how much you don't.
Wait, it wasn't assistant coaches.
They were assistant coaches when they came to Manchester United, but they was managing in Holland. Van Nistelrooy was manager in the Eredivisie. Was it PSV? PSV.
Yeah. No, the other guy.
Hack was Hack? Was he not a manager as well?
What's his full name? Oh my god, I'm blanking.
I know about the Van Nistelrooy thing.
Is it Rene Hack?
Rene.
Is it Rene Hack? Like, what are we doing that? But again, that's a whole different conversation, man. Like, it's all What's his name? Is it Rene Hack? Well,
because I know you are like
positive about managing Go Ahead Eagles.
So I was right then. So we went and got 2 managers to go and babysit the guy that you've assessed and decided to get rid of, and then because the thing was so piss poor and come on, man. What are we talking about here?
Hey, man, I got tell you a line of flawless.
If the Glazers would have done that, oh my Lord, people would still be going on about it now.
I'm not gonna tell you a line of flawless.
Well.
But they keep Ten Hag on, that's still not top 10 in it.
Yeah, of course. Agreed. I don't dispute that.
What did he say?
He said if we would have kept Ten Hag, we'd still be in the top 10. Absolutely.
I don't think so. I think.
But either way, none of it's good enough.
What do you mean you don't think so? Hoyland and Monday did a score on that.
We are not arguing between 9th and 15th. It's too late. I'll go to this watch along anyway. This is not what we do. Absolutely not. No. This is not what we're doing.
I'm going to say, because I know you were like positive about the you liked the summer window.
Yes.
But like for me, I still have like reservations about it, and also just Ineos in general. I don't really trust.
You have to listen to Prime in a flawless because Prime are the window expert, you know, the Caicedos and the Lavias. But yeah, continue.
How am I the window expert?
Your team, yeah, man. You know everything about the windows, innit?
You will win the transfer window and all this stuff. That's why he's running. He's running jokes.
Oh, is that stuff I say?
No, not stuff you say because you lot took Caicedo and Lavia off them and stuff like that. Not you, but your club.
Nice league win with Caicedo on them, man. Innit?
Yeah, and all that. That's what he's doing.
Big up yourself, Prime. Innit?
That's cool. Hey, nice league win for Anyways, as I was saying before I was interrupted, I don't trust like.
So you mentioned this before. Who don't you like? So out of the first window, who don't you like? Who don't?
No,
you
it's
think
not
is
even
value
that.
For money?
I just think.
Who don't you think is value for money?
No, it's not even just that.
Which I agree with. I do agree.
No, but it's not even. No, but it's not even just that. Just let me land. I just think like. I don't think Ineos are much different from the Glazers. And I've seen you guys do this in the past where you guys will spend money or you'll make good signings or whatever, trying to get back into the Champions League. And once you do get Champions League football, that summer, you guys really won't spend properly to improve your squad. Then you'll end up declining. And I was having this conversation on Lewis's channel, I think, the day before we played Liverpool, and I was saying that they were saying, they want Spurs to win the Europa League over United because they think that will make United crumble. But I think it'll be the other way around. I think if United win Europa, or if you guys lose Europa, say you use the final to Spurs after finishing 15th, that's going to be such a horrific of a season that will kind of force you guys to have to like get rid of your bad players and actually rebuild properly. As opposed to if you guys win the Europa League, that'll be spun. I think that'll be spun. I think that can just be spun in a positive way, and you guys will keep your bad players. And we've seen it with United, where you get Champions League football. You get Champions League football. You then mean you'll keep your if you guys go into next season with your spine being Onana, Højlund, and Garnacho. I don't no matter what good signings you think you may bring in the summer, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference because you'll still have your goalkeeper and you still have your striker just not being good at all. And that's having to deal with the league phase and also in the league where Amorim will have major pressure to start well. I just think you guys are going to end up crumbling and you'll end up being not relegated, but in a kind of relegation battle, 15, 16, 17 sort of thing next year. And people were arguing with me thinking that no, if United get Champions League football, they'll actually spend and improve. But history has shown me that when you get Champions League football, you don't spend properly and you decline.
One thing I will say is though, that is on the Glazers. One thing we are going to find out is if we do get Champions League, everything you said, everything you mentioned, I hear what you're saying. We find out there's no more question marks. Our window will let me know how serious this board is. All reservations I have about them, I'm like, all right, cool, let's see. Because the windows you lot have surprised me with. Both windows, both the summer and January. I like both. It's just that our squad is so far away. So we'll see. Let's say we do win the Europa League and we don't bring in, we don't do serious business. I know you're not serious. I'm full before a ball is kicked, I will know, okay, I know where my expectations are at. I know what my board is on. I know it's a money-making thing and just get back in the Champions League. I will find out because the Glazers fully aware there was no gray area with them. I knew what their MO was. What is Ineos's MO? We're going to find out. Do I have my reservations about them? Of course. I'm not saying we get back in the Champions League and they back us and and get rid of these players and bring in players. I like what I'm hearing. But again, it's all rumors. Do I like the rumors? Yes. But proof is in actual signing. So I'll give my thoughts and things on the rumors because people are going to ask me, oh, what do you think of Cunha? Or what do you think of potential of Mbremo? What do you think? Someone asked me already earlier in the chat about Cherky or Milinkovic, Savic, etc., etc. Yeah. People are going to ask me about these things, so I give my comments. Or what do you think about getting rid of Bruno? Or you think about getting rid of this player and that player? That's where I'm at with it. But again, all these questions will be answered, which is why I like. Before, I don't even have to see us kick a ball. You don't even have to get to I think it's the 15th or 16th of August. Mid-August is when the Premier League. I don't even have to go there. I'll know by the end of July. By the 31st of July, I'll know. I'll be like, oh, you lot, you know what? I called this wrong. Props to you. You lot carried on in the same vein. Oh, hey, you lot absolutely have have absolutely screwed us over for this season. Hey, lock in. This is going to be dreadful. So we'll see.
Yeah, because I just look at it like I don't like. I know you say you like the Dorgu signing from January, but the way I look at it is you let go of 2 attackers, regardless of their quality and not being good. You let go of 2 attackers and you didn't bring at least one in. And you guys are also willing to sell Garnacho. So that means you're willing to sell 3 or get rid of 3 attackers and not bring anyone in. That doesn't make sense.
For January, yeah. But if we do that in the summer, will we sign? Let's say we do get rid of Sancho, Rashford, Garnacho. We'll just use those 3. We'll bring in players in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know in the summer. But I mean, for January.
Oh, January. Because they had already written off the season, no Prime.
That's what I said. I remember this.
No,
hold on.
Because I look at and question as to why.
Why did they write off the season? You know why? Because they fucked up with Ten Hag. That's why they wrote off the season.
Yeah. Just like
it was.
I know.
Because hold on, Prime. I was just gonna say this because I remember talking with this about.
No, I don't think of that, you know.
Like if they've written off the season, then why do you need
season?
Exactly? Why do I need to bring in if the season's written off? Fine. Because how many games were you guys into the season then? Was it 10 games?
Premier League games? 12 or 14. You know how I know they read off? You know how I know they read off the season? Because they started it with a guy that they didn't want. Yeah. This is why you hired 2 managers to babysit him.
Yeah.
Is that fix so much I get money?
Yeah,
fine. But if you're saying
here, another thing is if Ten Hag was doing okay, they would have kept him. Because they had ample time to. It became so bad to the point they was like, all right, we must get rid of him. If we had,
you know,
I go one further. If we don't lose, if the low don't sky that ball over the bar and we beat West Ham like we should have in that game, they don't sack him.
Yeah,
flawless. You know, but do you know what a write off is though?
Yes,
a writing off the season would have been because what you said you were 13 games in, maybe that's almost halfway through the season. You know what would have been a write-off if you sack Ten Hag and then Rude is your interim until the end of the season. That to me is saying, cool, whatever, it's a write-off. Let's just get a field goal factor and we go again in the summer. Bringing in Amorim, someone who you guys wanted back in the summer.
The point you're missing, Prime. You're using too much logic. These people are not logical people.
But that again, thank you, goes back to my point of you've been messing up.
Yes.
Nothing tells me you're going to automatically fix things in the summer and you're going to improve.
100%. I hear that. I am not here saying we necessarily improve in the summer. I don't rate any of us. I don't like them. I've been saying this from the jump. Said this from before they got here. As soon as they landed and not drawing. However, I can be balanced and say the one thing they've done well is silence. That's the one thing I look at and go, yes. But everything else, I dislike heavily. And in particular, these things we're mentioning because it's not logical. Because Amorim wasn't on their radar. You know why? Because they didn't approach him in the summer. That's how I know it was a panic.
Yeah,
they offered a contract to deserve
Chelsea,
and they sat down with Tuchel.
Because with Chelsea, like the first year under our new owners, the reason why I'm not as critical with the fuck ups then is because we didn't have football people in charge. As soon as the takeover happened, Marina left, Petr Cech left, so it was Bowley running things. People say Bowley doesn't know about football. That's why the first year I'm not really that critical. But you guys have football people in place, and you're still making these mistakes. Just what then tells me I have no reason to believe why it's just going to automatically switch and get better. And especially if in the summer, if you don't get players of quality, not just bringing them in for Amorim's system, but also getting rid of your bad players that Amorim's still playing. If Amorim's still going to persist with playing this way, with not really changing or adapting much, but he's still going to pick the same bad players, I have no reason to believe it's just going to get better.
No, of course. And there's no guy, anyone telling you it's automatically going to get better is just lying to themselves. That's a lie. Because you mentioned about footballing people, they've done nothing here. I don't rate. That's another thing that's overrated. All their footballing people. So, they did this there. What have they done for us? All they've done is come and make major fuck ups over here. That's why because that was a whole conversation. People forget that. Where's this footballing structure that was supposed to help us so much? We're having our worst ever league season with this said football structure. So how helpful is it?
Facts.
Where's the call back Ed Woodward, didn't?
How helpful is it?
Oh boy,
that's what it is. That's how I look at it, because I think it's stupid. I remember I say it all the time, all the diagrams and this is the DO, this is the DOF, this is the CEO, this is the COO, the tree. Everyone had the tree. This is the technical director.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to none of that nonsense. You know why? Because proof's in the pudding. Now all of a sudden those disappeared, because if we was flying and was in the top 4, for example, and winning games, that would be everywhere. I remember those streams. I remember all those conversations all summer long about football and structure and what it's supposed to do and what it's going to bring us. And
not
what
even just that. I remember people talking about Amram as if it's going to be it's going to be so different. Because you know how who's the guy that you brought in that left? Ashworth. Was it Ashworth?
Yeah, that Ashworth. Yeah, that Ashworth.
Yeah, you brought him in and he left within like 6 months, or he got sacked, something like that within 6 months.
That's just we did
the same thing happened with Chelsea when we brought in Vivell, and he ended up leaving within a few months. I think it was like you guys fired him. Yeah, within a few months, because of the same thing with Arsenal. I think that could happen with Bertha. I think he'll end up leaving mid-season.
We're going, but again, all these things you mentioned, Bell, you mentioned Chelsea, Manchester United. Or even though I have my thoughts and opinions on these things, again, all the questions get answered way before all this. And pleasantly surprised with that, because I had my reservations about our window, and I was like, hey, for the 2 you brought in and the money you brought them in for, props. My problem is everything fucking else. But we move. But you lot continue to run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to Steve's channel, Strasbourg Steve. We're going to redirect. Sunshine is still live, so we're going to redirect to her. But we're going live on the playback, people, like I said, for that Golden State Warriors, Minnesota Timberwolves playoffs game 1, people. NBA watch along on the playback. So we're going to close out here. Big up to all the man that was on there as well. Big up all the members. Big up to everyone for all the super chats as well. Much, much, much appreciated. This has been Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Again, big up for tuning in. See you on the playback in 2 minutes.